you know, it's kind of committing suicide. So they've got to hold possession and finish their sets. Otherwise, you know, you can't see.
Just a 52% set completion rate, Jonathan.
Yeah, finish the set and cut out the errors. I think those two key stats Huddersfield will have to work on.
As I'm sure our viewers can see from the pictures, it's sunny, it's very warm, there's an intense atmosphere here at the Halliwell Jones, and I'm sure that the closing 10 minutes will determine this match. Which team is the fitter? Certainly all the heroics in defence coming, particularly from that man there, Brett Hodgson, number 1 and skipper. We're underway. 6 points the difference. Oh, is that a knock on? Yes, says Mr. Silverwood.
Well, you see the way they kick out these days, right? You know, it's a strange position the ball is in when they kick it, and that is why you really make it as awkward as they possibly can.
Young Andrew Dixon, the interchange, making the mistake, but everybody makes them. He's a young man, got many years ahead of himself.
Out! Get your head in.
Huddersfield. Oh, kicking on that first one. It's a good one. Oh, he scored! Oh, brilliant! As Leroy Cudjoe got it in the corner. Ambition there, kicking on the ball straight from that scrum. He's gone to the video referee. Was he onside?
By a mile.
Yes, he is.
By a mile. That's a very, very clever tactic again.
That's ambitious.
Yes. That's it, try.
Oh, he's got it down, I think.
Yeah, that's a try. That's a try. Not a shadow of a doubt. And what a start from the mistake, from the kick-off, the clever ploy once again on the first tackle.
Obviously a planned move, done in the dressing room, worked to perfection, I think. Yes, it is. It's a try for the Giants, and what a stunner. Leroy Cudjoe had a little bit of a difficult time in the early 10-15 minutes of this game, kept his temperament, and he even puts a smile on Nathan Brown's face.
Here we are. It's a lovely run around.
Nobody expected that, did they?
Nobody. And it's a tactic that, you know, I think should be used more often.
Hodgson then with the conversion attempt. 4 or 5 metres in from that far touchline. And I don't think a man in the stadium, bar Nathan Brown and his team, expected a try like that from such a situation. Ooh, just to the right-hand side of the upright. So 2 kicks go missing, still leaves St Helens in there with a hope.
Yeah, and just as you are, the ball goes out, there's the runner, so everyone comes up. So there, everyone comes, stop it there. There is the full back, so there's no one at home. It's a great kick. It's the weight of the kick is perfect. Cudjoe know it's on, so he's on the fly. Great tactic.
Well, a lot of these teams in Super League, Jonathan, at the moment, they do line up so flat with the full back in the three-quarter line. You often see that opportunity from the halfway line as well.
Maybe they're not brave enough to do it on the first tackle, but you know, the execution of that, the run around to bring everyone up, and then, you know, the perfect weight on the kick.
That takes confidence as well to, well, kick on the first one. Huddersfield Giants then sensibly just bringing the ball away from near that try line. Sean Lunt, the former Workington Town player, on now in the hooking row, and another kick again, putting pressure on Paul Wellens. Good tackle there from Luke Robinson. And Lunt, remember, he was at the acting half-back position, so he made some ground. Huddersfield flying in here. Saints looking for some pattern, some order in midfield. Ruby. Pull a tour. But Every word a St Helens player owns. 2 or 3 of these men in claret and gold are hanging around.
And that's what they had to do, you know, give themselves confidence, the self-belief.
Move! Hold! Go!
Eastman
Outside, clear.
trying to put the pressure back on Huddersfield, but no. Well read there by Hodgson. Now he's asking, did it actually?
Hodgson touched that ball.
I think he's checking if the ball actually hit Hodgson before it went out.
Let's have a look at this.
No, I don't think it does.
I don't think it did. No, let's have a look.
Here. Oh, did it hit his chest?
Oh, I don't know. Here we go
It's
again.
unfortunate if he did.
No.
No, he says not.
One! Move! Hold! Go!
And Damien, I'm sure that try caused a flutter or two down there on the benches.
They did in the Huddersfield camp. The Huddersfield Giants squad player, Simon Finnegan's with me. Simon, was that a planned move to kick on the first tackle?
Oh yeah, it's something we've been working on, but obviously you don't always know if they're going to come off like that, but that was perfect start to the second half.
How did the conversation go in the dressing room at half-time?
I think just keep up with what we've been doing. I think we're playing pretty good, but obviously there's still a long way to go, so we just got to keep it going.
Thanks, Simon.
Luntz doing good work at acting half-back, and again this kicking game from Brown and Robinson tormenting St Helens. Melly, powerful, driving in, but again he goes down to those defenders. St Helens have to move up a notch or two here now.
Move! Hold! Go!
Ruby.
3!
Again, look at the 3 men in the tackle, slowing to play the ball down.
4! Move!
You know, with someone like Roby and Cunningham are there, you know.
Yeah. Good tackle there from
5!
Paul Jackson.
Go!
Eastman.
The chase again is very good. Great chase.
Not a knock on, the ball was behind him. Cudjoe.
1! Move! Hold! Go!
Back.
Yeah. Offside.
James Roby offside.
James Roby.
What do you think?
St Helens though having to encroach now. They've got to stop Huddersfield in their tracks, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've got
There
to
we
take
are.
a risk or two.
I tell you, you know, we spoke about momentum yesterday. Certainly, momentum is with Huddersfield Giants.
Hold this line, James.
Confident defensively.
Go!
They've got their kicking game back, and they're completing the sets.
Move!
Cut those errors out as well.
Hold! Go! One green!
Crabtree. Good offload. Not well picked up by Robinson.
2! Move! Yeah, all right.
Here's Crabtree again, trying to make amends. He does. He's charging away to Jackson. Terrific driving down the middle. He's presenting problems, is this big man.
Certainly made an impact.
Robinson. A little lack of coordination there. Younger Danny Kermond on number 18. Former Huddersfield Rovers wingman, now playing in the second row. Plenty of pace there.
Well read.
Good tackling by John Wilkin.
5!
Knew exactly what was happening. Robinson with a testing kick. Gardner's underneath it. Oh, it's anybody's. That is a try!
That's a great
by
take,
Kevin Brown. It will all depend on who knocked the ball back. Was it Gardner? Was it a Huddersfield player? But Kevin Brown, he was alert, and he may well smile.
It's so difficult. Let's have a look. Onside, everyone's onside. It's so difficult to defend if the kick is spot on. Who does that come off? Does it come off Hodgson? I think it comes off Gardner's head.
Gardner's shoulder.
Let's have a look. It goes back, I think, from Hodgson onto his head. Let's have a look. Oh, does it
Looks
go
like
forward? Oh, I tell you what. If it deputy referee Ian Smith.
I wouldn't like to be a video referee.
That's great support play and a fantastic finish. This is the key one.
Here can we see it hits.
I think from that angle it goes
Gardner's
back.
head.
I think from that angle, if Hodgson gets the hand to it, it goes back. This could be the one. Well, Ray, what do you think? I think I would give it.
I wouldn't like to give a decision, but the advantage is always with the attacking side. It seems to come off Aidy Gardner's head.
I know you wouldn't like to give a decision, Ray, but someone has to. So
I'd give a try.
I think I'd give it as well. This is a big call as well, isn't it?
A big call, because this could settle the game eventually. Well, very, very big call.
A lot of time, and I think all the players are stood around, and I don't think anyone knows whether it's a try or not. This is a tough call, isn't it? Does it touch his hand? I don't know.
It almost sort of comes off Gardner's forehead on the sort of bridge of the nose, doesn't it? Well, he's looking at the grounding now, so he must have made a decision. There's nothing wrong with the grounding.
That is a try then.
I think he's giving a try to Kevin Brown. Brown looks happy enough. I think he will be in a minute. He is.
That's a big,
another 4-pointer for Kevin Brown, and that's a bitter blow for St Helens. 18 points to 4. Conversion to come. Nathan Brown settles back, and Paul Anderson on the right there, the big former St Helens prop forward who has obviously had a hand in plotting the tactics. He must be contented at the moment.
Here we are, a great run again. Got fielded in the offload. Jackson has played well. And this is it. You have to say the tactics have been spot on, Ray, haven't they? Off the head, great follow-up.
Kevin Brown, who's been such an effective force behind the scrum here for Huddersfield. Brett Hodgson. These are 2 points that he would dearly like to bag. Oh, he just misses to the left of the post.
Well, that went over the post. That definitely went over the post.
Over or not, it's not a goal.
It's not over, that's right. What a great tactic. Now then.
Brett Hodgson then, outstanding in his play, but only 1 goal out of 4 attempts.
Oof, there's still
determined running.
Still plenty of time to go.
Plenty of time. Mason, good running there though.
Everyone said in St Helens it'd be a tough game.
Interesting now, this second half. We mentioned about completion of sets. Huddersfield really holding the ball now.
Well, they've been so much better. They've cut the errors down.
Well, it doesn't look any different, but
great hit, offside.
Offside.
The tails are up now as well, Ray, aren't they?
Penalty for offside. St Helens a little bit impetuous in defence there. Good movement there from Scott Moore. Very, very good play.
2. Go.
Moore, he'll go on the charge. He's driving himself.
3.
A metre now from this St Helens line. St Helens, the Challenge Cup holders, desperately holding on here. Brown gets it to Batuira. He's got Eastman. Little flick inside now to Hodgson, but good cover.
4. Line.
Good covering there from St Helens. 2 tackles remaining. Good strong charge there from Griffin. Kevin Brown going himself. Oh, it's loose! James Graham just got there.
Well, St Helens will have to regroup. They look out on their feet at the moment. They need some of the bigger players now
There's
to
no
stand up.
form about St Helens, is there? Cunningham arrived on the pitch now. If ever there is a player who can organise, who can give confidence, it's this man, Kieran Cunningham.
It's a big test for Eastman
Played
as well.
the short ball.
Big test for young Eastman as well, isn't it? Kyle Eastman. They need that control and direction now from the half-back. Him and Price have got to direct them around the park.
Two very concerned men there, Mike Rush, the assistant, and Mick Potter. But St Helens can always score from anywhere. Here is a chance. Good little grubber kick through from Gilmore. Here is a chance. Oh, it's a try, surely.
Great try, what a try.
Going under the post. And as I said, St Helens can score from anywhere. They've just done that with Francis Murray. And this game isn't over.
What a fantastic try that is. They put width on it early on, no overlap. Just watch this. We said the half-backs have to come in. Eastman, Price, they create the space outside, but the defence gets across. That's a lovely kick. The bounce favours Gilmore. Great support by Wilkin. He's not going to get there, but this man is. What a fantastic try.
The combination of the two back row players there, Wilkin and Gilmore, absolutely clinical, Jonathan.
They knew what they had to do. They haven't had any success going up the middle, so they had to go wide there. Both half-backs were there, and the wider men, Gilmore.
And as Eastman contemplates putting this over the crossbar, he does. The flags go up. The scoreline moves to 18 points to 10. And Jonathan, as a former kicker, you've got to ask yourself about these goals missed.
Could be crucial, right? There we are, Wilkin, Gilmore. This is a skill. That's a lovely kick. Bounce favours him. Good support. That is a fantastic try.
It's interesting, Jonathan, that the very man who brought St Helens back there with that delicate little kick, Lee Gilmore, just been signed for the next 2 years by Huddersfield.
Yep, very interesting, right?
Huddersfield going in a little bit high there, I think. But Cunningham now, he's using these forwards. There's some determination now from the likes of Graham. Cunningham himself and pull it to him. That was high. The temperature rising here. Roby.
Intensity, the speed of the play of the ball.
8 points the difference. A tense St Helens bench there.
Just a little bit too much on it. They'll regroup. Got to go from the 20.
Mr. Silverwood wanting the players in line before commencing with the tap. Scott Moore back operating at the acting half-back. Huddersfield, I think, will want to take stock here, use these big forwards there, like Darryl Griffin, another 6'5" man. No forward now there. Kevin Brown smacked to the ground by Gidley and Graham.
Outside, clear.
Good kick.
And Damien, any news down there?
Yes, I'm with Jason Kalis, the injured St Helens player. A classic Saints counter that, Jason. Just the riposte you needed.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great play by Gilmore, and then he had plenty of support to convert the try.
How do you read the game from here on?
Very tough one, mate, at the moment. Both teams are to and throwing, but it seems to be whoever gets down good ball area, they're sort of scoring a try, so it's been a great battle so far.
Can't call it, can you?
No, it's been very tough, mate. Still plenty of time left in the game for our boys, though.
Thanks, Jason.
Jason Kalis, who's been out such a long period injured for St Helens.
But no one wants to call it, really, do they?
No,
that's
they
it.
don't.
Again, he can't give us penalty away, giving field position to St Helens.
James Graham now rising the tempo notch or two. since Cunningham's arrived on the pitch here now. These forwards are really bursting through. Here is Tony Pullatua. Cunningham moving forward, bringing people onto him. There is Leon Price. Price with a dummy. Big man still keen to put down. 8 metres now from this Huddersfield line. The Challenge Cup holders are not giving away without a battle. Neither are Huddersfield, defending for dear lives. Cunningham to Eastman. Good ball out wide. Here's a chance. Oh, good tackle.
There's a man on the outside, didn't have time to just take and give there. They created the overlap.
Hodgson came in so well there. On the 5th tackle. Can Huddersfield hold on? The kick from Eastman. They're not Bonnie Price. Oh, he's lost it. Leon Price was up there. He just couldn't get hold of it. Gilmore was in too. It's all action here at the moment.
What an impact Cunningham has made since coming on though. He just grabbed this game with a scruff of the neck, and I was so close. Another mistake. Knock on.
And Huddersfield have knocked on. Liam Fulton, the number 6. Well, his team now have got to defend for another set of 6. He knows it. He knows what he's done. Here we see it.
Again, who made the hit on him?
Cunningham.
Kieran Cunningham.
The man, experienced, played in all 18 Challenge Cup winning rounds. Kieran Cunningham, bringing that experience to this game.
Wait.
Still 18-10.
Hands off. Stay close. Stand back.
Eastman to feed the scrum. Roby playing in the loose forward role. Wellens. Again, Batuira coming in from out wide. Still St Helens pounding in. Here with Pullatua, flicking Robinson off like a fly. Has he lost the ball? Yes, I think he has. Players getting tense, getting frustrated.
It's getting warm out there as well now. There's the tackle on him. I think that was more.
That was knocked down, wasn't it?
More.
That was actually knocked down by a Huddersfield man, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what. I think.
Let's go.
Whatever. It's a scrum. It's Huddersfield's head and ball.
I think it was Fulton who made the tackle on him, I think.
18 points to 10 to Huddersfield. Will 8 points be enough as we move into the final 20 minutes very shortly? Players will be tiring.
2. Move. Here and hold. Go. Well done, mate. 3. Move.
Scott Moore. Carol Griffin getting through a lot of work.
4. Move. 10.
2 tackles
Hold.
remaining in the
Hold.
sequence.
Go.
Steady play. Now the
40.
kick. Just content, Jonathan, to put the ball downfield and keep the opposition near the line.
Well, they haven't had good field position for the last 10 minutes.
Go.
Robbie?
Yeah, I got to agree with you. I got to agree with you guys there. What Huddersfield need to do at this point in time is keep the starve St Helens of the ball. As you can tell, they've got a sniff of something, and that's when they're at the most dangerous. Kieran Cunningham is looking to get on the back of these quick play the balls, and Leon Price and both him and Kyle Eastman are starting to look very hungry at this point in time. But this is what they need. They need these handovers. They need a start.
And there's a lot of ball being lost, Jonathan. I just wonder whether sweat on the palms of the hands. There's a lot about, I would think, down there.
You just watch it, right? They're just going for the ball carrying arm. That's what they're doing. Just watch the great hit again, Cunningham.
2. Move. Go.
Good short ball. Robinson, no, not retiring.
Didn't have the ball. He tackled him before he got the ball.
Tackled him without the ball.
Yes, he did.
Pulling him back.
What are you doing here, right?
Is it worth going for goal?
No, I'm not sure not.
Well, I don't think Pullatua was to know anyway, was he?
He got to score twice anyway, so as well go for the corner.
Well, I think it was Brian Noble in me here, so I'll bow down to the coach. In my day, we'd have gone for goal. But it's a different game. Ball here now, in Huddersfield's possession. And it's David Fayumu charging in. So St Helens now on the the rack. Robinson. Griffin again having such a good game, this big prop. 5 metres from the Saints line now. Robinson again. I think the switch. Oh!
Good defence.
Almost through. Leon Price picked him up well, picked up the lead. They both grin and smile at each other.
That's a poor pass, take it in.
4.
Reset.
Move. Line.
Scott Moore. Good
Again,
tackle.
Very good tackle.
Lee Gilmore coming in, picking his man out very, very quickly.
Last tackle.
Go.
Last tackle in the sequence. Robinson again with the kick. Flick back. Now then, what can he do with it? Huddersfield, here is Crabtree. Oh, what's he doing?
No call, yeah, he's put his hand up.
Puts his hand
It
up.
was the last tackle.
I think he just lost his head though.
He maybe should have offloaded to Hodgson.
It would have been better just to have charged at the line.
Go.
Overcooked. There we are. Here we go again. Flannery.
Whatever, it's St Helens in possession.
And that's what, again, they can't afford to do that way, you know. The errors or the penalty, the kick will go down into their half. They're back in under pressure, under the cosh. They're not helping themselves. They're still 8 points in front.
St Helens then back from their own line.
Go. 1. Move.
Just 8 points the difference.
Go.
Cunningham giving the orders. James
2.
Roby.
Move. Hold. Go.
Graham
3. Move.
creeping ever nearer to that Huddersfield line. Cunningham, good movement here now out wide. Can he get the ball? No, good tackle again. Tremendous work by the wingmen for Huddersfield. Cudjoe, still St Helens. Roby, another good tackle from Wild. Roby's lost the ball, has he? No, he just managed to get it off the toe of his boot. The fifth tackle. One last chance here for Saints. Kyle Eastman, Flannery, Gidley.
Offside on the last.
Oh, what a penalty.
Fatawira.
The referee initially allowing advantage, but giving offside.
That is
another set of 6.
That is a killer. There he is. He sprints out of the line.
Surrender!
Here we are now, 5 metres from this line. St Helens desperate to hit back. Cunningham to Kyle Eastman. Just coming in at the angle. And he's given offside again. Huddersfield defending frantically here, conceding penalties. No, the referee not ready. Kyle Eastman's absolutely incensed.
He came on that ball like a train, didn't he?
He did, but it's not going to matter. Here's another one, like a good strain driving in there. 3 metres now, so that good tackle from the little one, Luke Robinson. Here now is Eastman. Eastman, oh, he's lost it. And really, Eastman was out of order going in there amongst the forwards, wasn't he?
He should have been. Yeah. He should have been controlling it. Went for the. What a great tackle, though. I think it's.
He's a young lad, though. He sees the line, Jonathan, and he has a go.
He's given absolute everything. What the tackle.
Health and safety. You need to be on stanchions for your own safety. Thank you.
Great tackle. Here's the disallowed one. No, he's got his hand out, doesn't he, the referee?
Yeah, he has.
Not happy.
What do you mean, referee? I'm not pleased with that.
That's an understatement.
Could I have a word with you, sir? Or words to that effect?
Go.
Scott Moore. Crabtree, and I think this man is necessary for Huddersfield on the pitch.
Yeah, but
he's got to take it forward.
He's got great feet, doesn't he?
All St Helens want is the ball. They can score.
And that's all.
Can Huddersfield hold on? They've lost it. Here is Cunningham charging in.
And again, it's the mistake from Huddersfield.
Roby.
Move. Hold, go. 2. Move.
All Clough making good ground there. James Graham. Kyle Eastman, lovely little chip over the top. Oh, will he go too far?
That's a difference. Great awareness.
Well intended.
Great awareness. They now know the wingers are flying in all the time, so there's going to be space there. The kick has got to be precise, though.
And it's the bounce of a ball, isn't it? You don't know which way that ball is going to bounce.
Yeah, but you know, the wingers have spotted well, the Huddersfield Giants wingers. They've come in, killed the ball, but the kick has got to be spot on.
But Huddersfield's completion rate is still less than 60%.
Well, again, you're definitely missing him. Sean Long. Right, let's see if they can just take the ball down now, up the jumper, good kick, good chase, field position.
The wingman coming in, David Hodgson, to ease the workload of the forwards. Crabtree, ooh, he nearly lost that.
Quick play of the ball, well
quick
done.
play, they were a bit too quick.
Not square.
Well, he's giving a penalty against St Helens, not square, parallel to the touchline. Here we see this one here.
Just watch it. Very good play the ball. Very, very quick for a big man.
Played it too quick, didn't he? Anyway, whatever. Just less than 15 minutes remaining.
Wait, go. One.
You would expect players to make mistakes in this heat as we move into this. There's one. But you would expect them to make these mistakes as we move into this last final 15 minutes in this heat. You've got to be able to read the game, Jonathan. Could you read a game?
Nathan Brown was tearing his hair out.
That might have been a forward, but you know.
What he's got left, look.
Yeah, you know.
Time's up.
He must be thinking, just stop.
Ball in.
The problem for a coach, you are at the mercy of the players once you kick off.
Really?
Here is Paul Wellens then.
Okay, one, move, go. Two, move, hold, go.
Paul Clough, but again, Mason and Crabtree.
Three, move.
All of these Giants forwards got through a tremendous amount of work they're having to do now. Good running.
Go on, Chen.
Good launch of a pass there from James Graham. Eastman, Price, Gidley, beautiful step from Gidley, the kick to the corner, Gardner going for it, oh, just in touch. Beautiful, neat sidestep there from Matt Gidley.
He said the ball was touched. Was it touched? It was touched.
It was touched.
Hodgson.
By Hodgson.
Hodgson touched it.
So it will be a scrum down.
St Helens ball.
St Helens headed ball.
Definitely played at it.
The touch judge, James Child, having a word.
Let's have a look here, Ian. See if an Huddersfield player's touched the ball.
You can knock out of the third umpire for that. He's going to check it anyway.
I tell you, it touches Hodgson. Watch. Touched and played for. Scrum, St Helens.
Yeah. St Helens scrum.
Under pressure, aren't they?
Time's off. It's all about getting it right.
Hodgson not very happy about going to the video screen for that, but that's Mr. Silverwood's choice. St Helens then with 6 more. Price.
One.
Desperate defence here now from Huddersfield.
Go.
13 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time for both teams.
Hold.
Cunningham.
Go.
To Graham. Price. Eastman. Oh, he's been missed. He's still going. The little man's racing away. He's just scraped down by the neck. Kevin Brown making the tackle. Ball here to Flannery.
He's injured as well.
He is injured.
Eastman, he needs to get up if he can.
Line. Go.
Cunningham. Graham. Good ball from Graham. Good ball.
Fantastic defence again.
You wonder how. There is Eastman. He's taken a knock. You wonder how Huddersfield are holding out. Kick to the corner. Cudjoe's got it.
And now they've realised that the wingers are coming in. Defensive system, they're going to come in and try and smash the players coming around. There's the
Here he
break.
is. Kevin Brown grabs him by the scruff of the neck, doesn't he?
Defensively, Kevin Brown's been magnificent. Just catches
And
him.
he goes on that ankle.
Yeah.
He goes down on that ankle.
He's up though. He's up.
Yeah.
Straight at it.
He's a hard lad.
Waiting with the ball there.
Signed for the St Helens Juniors at 13 years of age. Oof, not a good kick.
Not a good kick, no.
His boot seems to hit the ground, didn't it? Easily picked up by Gardner, and St Helens right on the attack. But have they got sufficient time? Less than 12 minutes remaining. St Helens needing to score twice. Huddersfield looking for a try that would finish off this Challenge Cup semi-final.
At the moment, they're going to get a breakaway.
Cunningham. James Graham. And still these claret and gold jerseys interfere. Backwards, shouts referee Silverwood.
He's struggling a little bit.
Two tackles remaining.
Eastman is struggling a little bit.
He is, he's limping. Last tackle.
Move. Go.
Eastman again. Good high kick. 2 men are up there. Oh. And it's a dropout. Well, Huddersfield are holding on.
I tell you what, they are hanging on a grim.
Brian, something to say?
Not too much. I'm holding my breath like everybody else. I think St Helens are trying desperately to crack this Huddersfield defence. They're playing man for the right end of the field. I just got one of those sneaking feeling Huddersfield might break out here because they've done nothing but defend this second half for the same reason they're doing it in the first half. Their desire is awesome, isn't it?
On the ropes,
tackles,
on the ropes, Brian, isn't
made.
it? On the ropes.
On the ropes with a few jabs and hooks and all those things.
Hold. Go.
They need something now, though. They need.
Good tackle.
They got the ball away
to get the ball away. Here is Brown. But again, Flannery's got hold of him.
He is. Oh, now then.
That's a penalty.
Second attempt. He's had a big second half, hasn't he? Kevin Brown, defensively, try scorer. Yeah, need the try.
Come on, mate.
This is it.
Huddersfield
A chance.
put the ball down in the corner.
A chance for
They haven't-
Huddersfield to go to Wembley now, you think, right?
They haven't been down here for quite some time. What can they do? Stephen Wild.
Move. Go.
Moore. Robinson. Good, solid, strong burst there from Paul Jackson.
Move. Go.
Scott Moore. Robinson again. Kevin Brown with the dummy. Looking very dangerous today, this lad, Kevin Brown.
Go. 4. Move.
2 metres from that line.
Go.
St Helens' turn to defend.
Pass it first.
Play on, says the referee. Play on, not an obstruction. Still going. On the fourth tackle. Now the last tackle.
They could do the repeat set here. If they don't score a repeat set.
They need a little grubber kick, don't they?
Yeah.
What are they doing? What are they doing? Oh, wasted it. Wasted it.
They need a repeat set.
They needed a little grubber kick to put the pressure on St Helens.
2
and have a
yards,
dropout.
yeah, but 2 yards from their own line is a good position to have St Helens.
And Damien with Sean Long, how's he feeling at the moment?
Let's ask him. Sean, have Saints got a fight back left in them? We've seen them do it so many times.
Yeah, 100% we have. There's plenty of time left on the clock. You know, seeing us score 3 tries in 9 minutes, no problem. But I just feel like we need to be a little bit more composed when we're on the line. We're too flat. They're flying at the line, and again to us, we need to take a step back, get a little bit deeper, and make sure, obviously, our last tackle options are a lot better because we haven't challenged them enough.
It's a ferocious defensive effort from Huddersfield.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The play, you kind of take your hats off to Huddersfield. They're playing really well, and the defence is standing up to it. But there's plenty of time left, and I think it's going to crack soon.
Thanks, Sean.
3 tries in 9 minutes, says Sean Long. Well, it's going to take 2 in less than 8 minutes. Here it is. Eastman again, just couldn't take that ball.
But that's an example of what Sean said.
Yep.
You know, it's the composure. He's trying to win the game on his own. They are running out. They're coming out to the line. spotting and trying to kill the ball before it gets to the wings. You've just got to have that composure to get on the outside of them.
This must be agonising for Nathan Brown, the Huddersfield coach. He knows St Helens' qualities. He knows how St Helens can almost come in and finish a side off at the death. And he's seen such heroic efforts from his own side.
I'd rather be in his position than Potter's.
Beautiful ball there from Earl Crabtree. Beautiful ball. There he is. Well, he seems in good mood. Robinson puts it to touch. Keeps the ball down in the corner. Kieran Cunningham,
big blow.
Got a problem there.
Big blow. I think that looks like a hamstring.
Yeah, that could have come because of the knee injury. He may have been carrying that knee. Looks as though it's the end of Kieran Cunningham. Had a great impact in the last 20 minutes.
Well,
a lot needed now from James Roby there.
The clock.
And Kyle Eastman coming up.
He's not looking good as well.
Nothing going St Helens' way at the moment.
The clock.
No, he's not coming off.
No, the clock is ticking, isn't it?
Yeah. Thought they were leading Kyle off it then, but I don't think he'll go.
He's out on his feet, isn't he?
He is. But that's what makes great players.
Danny. Hold,
Roby. Pullator. Just needs a sight of that try line. He's big, he's powerful, he can break through.
Hold, go.
But Huddersfield clinging like limpets to these men. Just look at those two. 3 men in again. Jackson.
3. Move.
They can just see it, can't they? They can see Wembley there.
They can.
4.
And if they can keep it at 8 points with the clock ticking away.
Hold, go.
Huddersfield last at Wembley. 1962, would you believe? 37 years ago. Are they going to get there? Is it going to be snatched away from them by the Challenge Cup holders? St Helens coming nearer. Kyle Eastman. Oh, that's a good kick. Cudjoe's under it. He checks it well. Beautiful take for Cudjoe. That could be a key take in this game.
I think he's played exceptionally well, Cudjoe. The one mistake, they've peppered him with the kicks. They've attacked him down the flank.
Hold, go.
The intensity of these two semi-finals this weekend, Jonathan, it just highlights the qualities of this game and how these athletes can stand up to it.
Great athletes, 2 fantastic games. The defensive effort today has been phenomenal. Yesterday's more offensive. 2 fantastic games.
5.
You would have expected a lot of points in the final 20 minutes in this heat.
Well, defensively, again, this guy has been magic.
Beautiful run from Hodgson. Now then, has he got some support? He puts it to the corner.
He's in.
Wiles going for it. He scored!
Hodgson.
And Huddersfield will surely be going to Wembley. Wonderful play. Checking for the offside, but fantastic play from Brett Hodgson. The kick, just look at it here, pinpoint, Jonathan.
Fantastic play. I tell you what, this guy's a great player. Great player. Let's see it. Is he in front? Let's have a look. He's behind. He is behind. 13, he is onside. That's
Nothing wrong with that.
What?
One-handed, calmly puts the ball down.
A piece of magic by a great player takes Huddersfield to Wembley.
Huddersfield fans wait to see if they're going to Wembley. I think they are. Mr. Silverwood blows the whistle. Huddersfield pick up another 4 points. Anderson, Paul Anderson and Nathan Brown send down a few signals, but Hodgson is looking to take the kick. Just look at the sweat, look at the water being taken there by the scorer, Stephen Wild, and just look at those Huddersfield fans, delighted to be back at Wembley. 1962 when they were last there, they're going again. They lost to St Helens at Twickenham in 2006. But it looks as if Mick Potter and his assistant Mike Rush are conceding the victory. Brett Hodgson then, with the kick to come. Can he improve on that 1 goal from 4 attempts? I don't think it will matter, except to himself. He's kicked it straight between the uprights. He beats the air with his fist. The fans applaud, they dance, they sing.
What a great try. He runs out of the line, Graham. He spots it, puts on the accelerator. The awareness that he has. Fantastic kick as well. Wilde is there. What a try. And for that one piece of magic, I have to give the Carnegie man of the match to Brett Hodgson. He was magnificent in the first half, and that piece of magic, Carnegie man of the match.
Well,
I often argue with you, Jonathan, but I wouldn't today. No question at all. No question.
move!
I'm thinking of the Warrington fans. Who would they want in the final? I don't think they really care after
Holding
yesterday.
down, no. 24 points to 10 then, less than 3 minutes remaining, and even a feat now impossible from St Helens.
Oof.
Even though, well, Francis Melly, he's gone over.
Well,
Just saw the ball, that's fair. Just make sure he got
he
it
wants
down.
to see
Did
the
he get
grounding.
the ball down?
He wants to see the grounding, and that's why the conversion is so important. And Hodgson, he wanted to make it 14 points. Does he lose it?
Let's have a look at this though. It's a try. That's a try. Well, oh, I think that's a try from Francis Melly.
Definitely try.
Hat-trick from Francis Melly. Yep.
And
Not much reaction from Mick Potter.
Well, as we say, the conversion is important, right? You see, 14 points.
There is the attempted conversion. He's missed it.
Immaterial now, anyway.
So the scoreline still at 24-16. So 8 points now is the difference. Surely St Helens can't do any more.
Roby out. Lovely ball. Good finish again. He's very strong. Good in his feet. Deceptively.
Lolisa, the
for a
number
big man.
11 for Huddersfield, was in too close, Jonathan, wasn't he?
Surely St Helens can't score twice.
Well, I've seen them score
90
tries in
seconds.
extra time, in
Well, if they have
seconds from time, but surely not
well,
twice.
they got to score in this set.
They've got to score from the kick-off.
Yeah.
Surely these Huddersfield players will tackle anything that moves in a red and white jersey now. 1.5 minutes remaining. Melly already 3 to his credit, has to pull back inside. He's got to stop himself from going in touch.
Move!
Get off him, says
Hold,
Mr. Tony Martin, the touch judge. St Helens.
Charge out.
That's it.
Well, back.
That's Huddersfield ball. Roars from the Huddersfield fans behind the post, who are still getting a little nervous.
This ball isn't going anywhere. Just watch this. There we are. Take it up.
St Helens' run of 18 unbeaten Challenge Cup matches coming to an end. Winners of the last 3 Carnegie Challenge Cup finals. But there'll be a new name on the trophy this year.
Have to say, tactically, I think they've been fantastic. Defence, stopping the...
Warrington, the winners yesterday, and Huddersfield will contest the Challenge Cup final. Only the 3rd occasion those two have been in such a final, and the first since 1933, would you believe it? Can Huddersfield add more? I don't... Oh, they've knocked on.
Shell on the mark here. 10.
The seconds tick down. No one will really be concerned, but the referee, he wants play to end naturally. 4 seconds remaining. The Huddersfield fans in full song.
1. Move!
This is it.
Hold,
This will be the last tackle.
Come on, come on.
Eastman to Price. Gilmore. Back to Melly. It's all over. Huddersfield have won this Carnegie Challenge Cup semi-final. Congratulations all round for Nathan Brown and Paul Anderson. Pat on the back from Leon Price for Brett Hodgson. And they're back at Wembley. They'll be looking for the first win in 56 years, but Warrington will have a lot to say about that. But the monopoly of St Helens, Wigan, Leeds, Bradford and company broken up, and Warrington will play Huddersfield this year. And isn't he delighted? So he should be. 24-14. And I understand you've got Brett Hodgson down there, Damien.
Yes, the Carnegie man of the match is with me. There's your champagne, Brett. So how does it feel to be going to Wembley?
Unbelievable, you know. What an enormous bunch of blokes. Guys, we're not playing with each other. Haven't got as many superstars as guys like St Helens, but it's an amazing place to be at. What was the basis of your success? A fantastic defensive effort from the start? Yeah, our defence has been the key all year, you know. We're sitting pretty good in that department against a side who's got so many attacking weapons. To hold them out to what we did is just, you know, superb effort. Tell me your thoughts as you made that break late on to set up the kick that led to the last score. My thoughts were, I hope no one was chasing me because I didn't have the legs to get there. So, you know, I saw someone out wide, didn't know who it was. Just tried to put in for maybe even a repeat set, but you know, it worked out well. You played in the grand final with West Tigers. What's a Challenge Cup final going to be like, do you think? Oh, it's absolutely enormous. You know, it'll be right up there with the Tigers in 05, and it's the same kind of spirit which I felt that year. So let's hope the stars are aligned and we can do it again. Thanks very much, Brett. Well done. Just say a quick hi to Sky Analyst and Christian Hove. I love you. Kevin Brown is also with me, celebrating with his captain. Kevin, put your thoughts and feelings for us.
Oh, it's the best feeling in my life. Played there with Wigan, but I think we're his favourites then. No one gives us a chance today, and we've just shown what a bit of faith and a bit of unity can do. We listened to Brownie, and he's a great coach, and we did what he did, and we're winners. So, what did he say to you at half-time? Because there are a lot of errors creeping into your game, weren't there? Yeah, well, he just said basically we're halfway done. Like you say, we give them a lot of ball. We didn't really have much possession. We took our chances and they didn't take theirs. And they were going to have another purple patch, and we held out again. And it's a fantastic feeling. Wembley, here we come. Wembley, here we come. Can't wait. 2 weeks, bring it on. Well done. Cheers, mate. Nathan Brown, the coach, is coming here. Nathan, many congratulations. Thank you. Put into words how you feel at the moment, the prospect of a Wembley Cup final.
Just really happy for everyone, all the fans, all the players. It's going to be an exciting week for us.
I think that the thing that most impressed was the appetite and the desire of your players.
Yeah, well, as I've always said, the one thing they are is a hard-working bunch of players, and you know, full credit to all the players. You know, I mean, coach and staff and all the medical staff. We play a small part. At the end of the day, they run out there and do the business. Be honest, do you think Saints were going to come back at some stage in the second half? Oh, they're never going to give up because they are a champion team and they've won the last 3 cups. But you're not the best defensive side by a fluke, and you know, we give them plenty of shots at us, and you know, we were good enough to propel them, and you know, you get the odd bit of luck to win these games. You need the ball to bounce your way, and we had a couple of bounces that bounced our way as well. Did it matter to some of your guys because it was Saints and they beat them in the final a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago? No, we didn't even talk about that sort of stuff. We're just really happy, you know, the way we're going. We sort of feel if we do put our best foot forward and put the effort in that's required, that, you know, with our players fit, we can challenge anybody. Well done, Nathan. Thanks very much. Thank you. Earl Crabtree is also with us, celebrating with his coach. Earl, congratulations. I think you can see what it means to those fans over there. You're going to Wembley. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a great experience. It's a great day today, and our fans have made it extra special. What was the difference between the two sides today? I think we probably wanted it a bit more. Yeah, it's something where, you know, we've never been there before, Wembley. These St Helens lads are used to it, and I think on the day, you know, enthusiasm, I think that's what beat it. What about the prospects of facing Warrington at the end of the month then? Yeah, fantastic. I don't think it could have been a better final, you know, perfectly for me. Get to follow my granddad's footsteps now and play at Wembley. Well done, Earl, thanks. Thank you very much.
Que Sera Sera is singing out around the stadium, and all the Huddersfield fans are singing "We're going to Wembley," because they are. And if you want to be there on Saturday the 29th of August, this is how to get a ticket: 0844 856 1113. It will be Warrington against Huddersfield in that final. Brian, both Brians, tremendous performance from Huddersfield, and actually the way they came out and started the second half, Brian Noble, that kick-off from the scrum was crucial.
Oh, thoroughly deserved. You know, they talked about set plays. St Helens knew it was coming, but they couldn't stop it. It was a terrific. Here's a kick-off. Here's the opportunity. Knock on from the kick-off. He'll not be, you know, he'll not keep that in his scrapbook, Andrew Dixon, but bring the line forward and kick. He's isolated the player. I think it's Wellens that's on the wing there, defending the situation, and they've actually Cudjoe on the turn. You know, he has to turn Paul to try and make the chase, but Cudjoe's the fly on him, and that's a smart play at the start of that second half.
Jonathan Davis picked Brett Hodgson as man of the match, and Brian Carney, I know you'd agree with that. I mean, amazing move to score what essentially was the winning try.
Yeah, he's outstanding. He's involved in everything good that Huddersfield do. Like we're talking about being a defensive side, but look at the attacking prowess of this player. This is towards the end of the game, a man who's put his body on the line for the whole game. To have the skill on the run to pull that kick in. And credit to Stephen Weil as well. He's another player that's played, I think, the full 80 minutes, and to put an effort and a chase in like that, that's huge. They're obviously a very fit team. It's Nathan Brown. They can't defend like they defend without being a very, very fit team. So he's drilled them well, and that's the benefit of fitness.
I can't remember ever watching St Helens missing so many opportunities, and Huddersfield prevented them from doing what they normally do for fun.
I think it was more what Huddersfield were doing rather than St Helens. I think they've looked to how St Helens attack, and they took risks on the fringes. They've been really, really dominant in their defence. They've got off their line, and as we said, as Brian says, you've got to be a fit athlete to do all the things they've done today, and they totally deserve it.
You know what? They didn't rely on luck. The only thing they relied on St Helens playing badly, and the other thing is that Huddersfield can play a lot better than they played there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both for your contribution. Two sensational semi-finals. We said 5 years ago it was the same Final Four in the Challenge Cup, but it's a different Final Two into the final. It's going to be Huddersfield against Warrington in 3 weeks' time. Bye-bye.